The rising global population threatens food security, as the increased demand for food puts pressure on our agricultural resources and production systems. This increased demand intensifies problems like land degradation, water scarcity, climate change, and competition for arable land, making it harder to provide nutritious food for everyone, especially in areas already experiencing food insecurity. Focusing on innovative technologies and sustainable agricultural practices, these challenges can become valuable opportunities that can drive economic growth and technological advancement. Research for Development, or R4D, plays a pivotal role in addressing the challenge of food security. In the Philippines, an organization is emphasizing the transformative power of technology to drive the sector towards its optimal potential through Research for Development, or R4D. The Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Agricultural Research, or DA-BAR, supported by various executive orders and Republic Act 8435, also known as Agri-Fisheries Modernization Act, or AFMA. DA-BAR is mandated to ensure that all agricultural research is coordinated and undertaken for maximum utility to agriculture. DA-BAR coordinates, integrates, funds and manages the R4D system in the country to optimize its use for the sector. It is envisioned to be the lead R4D coordinating agency, promoting a technology-empowered agriculture and fisheries sector that contributes to inclusive growth. To ensure that research leads to desired results and long-term impacts, DA-BAR follows the R4D Impact Pathway Framework. It assists DA-BAR in planning, monitoring, and evaluating the effectiveness of R4D projects under rice, corn and cassava, livestock and poultry, fisheries and aquaculture, organic agriculture, climate change, biotechnology, support to technology commercialization, agri-fisheries technology business incubation, and scale-up, thereby connecting research outputs to outcomes and societal impact, aligning efforts with industry goals, and generating meaningful, measurable change. It is DA-BAR's responsibility to ensure that suitable technologies and interventions are promptly accessible for the sector's utilization. However, DA-BAR cannot accomplish this alone. It needs capable partners in cascading these R4D outputs and outcomes that will advance technology-driven agriculture and fisheries sector. Collaboration is the backbone of research, and seamless integration of interdisciplinary expertise and resources is crucial for achieving common goals. By partnering with DA-BAR, we attain greater productivity in a cost-effective manner. Like the age-old adage, the sum is greater than its parts. Here at DA-BAR, we firmly believe that the power of collaboration has the potential to unleash a magnitude of possibilities beyond measure. We offer funding opportunities that can substantially improve the effectiveness and breadth of research endeavors. We facilitate networks and linkages to enhance opportunities to leverage expertise and resources. And more significantly, we serve as a hub for invaluable knowledge exchange, harnessing emerging and innovative technologies to tackle pressing sectoral challenges and global issues.
To the Department of Agriculture family, to our colleagues in the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research, sa ating mga magsasaka at mga mangingisda, isang magandang umaga po. Ako si Cristina S. Estrada from the Knowledge Management and Information Systems Division of the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research, and I will be your host today. We are celebrating National Rice Awareness Month this November. As Filipinos, rice is our staple food, which we eat several times a day, every day. As we say, rice is life. Often, we get to talk about the production of rice, but rarely do we with rice seeds and its production. Today, we are going to talk about rice seed production and logistics and how it adapts to the ever changing world through information and communication technology. Officially, the title of the seminar is Enhancing the Rice Seed Industry Through Digitalization. But before we introduce our speaker and formally start the knowledge sharing, yung usual reminders po natin. One, please comment your location and affiliation para alam natin kung hanggang saan naabot ng ating serbisyo. Two, please follow the social media pages of the ABAR. So it's facebook.com/DABAR official or the Bureau of Agricultural Research on Facebook. Or you may also follow us at the ABAR official. And also, since Meta removes live videos on Facebook in 30 days, please follow our YouTube account. So it's youtube.com/@DABAR official to revisit seminar episodes. Also, number three reminder is we will be posting one form only. So it would be the attendance sheet right before the lecture ends. So before 11:30 po, dapat masagutan nyo yun para makakuha kayo ng certificate. And lastly, and more importantly, ask questions sa ating expert kasi hindi siya laging andito. Without further ado, we will be meeting our expert in a moment. She received an executive program diploma in project management from the Maastricht School of Management in the Netherlands. She holds two master's degrees, one from the University of Tokyo, which is a Master of Science in Global Agricultural Sciences with a major in Environmental Economics, and the other from Central Luzon State University, which is a Master's in Agribusiness Management. Her expertise encompasses end-to-end seed supply chain management from production and processing to marketing and storage, technology assessment, technology and intellectual property valuation, and technology transfer and commercialization. She leads the foundation and registered seed production and other income-generating projects of the DE Philippine Rice Research Institute. Now, with the Bureau of Plant Industry, particularly the National Seed Quality Control Services, their project is being scaled out nationwide to document the higher seed classes of production planning to distribution and provides real-time to near real-time to real-time information. Let's warmly welcome Ms. Fidela P. Bongat, the head of the Business Development Division at the DA Philippine Rice Research Institute Central Experiment Station. Good morning, Ma'am Fe.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Yeah,
Magandang umaga, ma'am. So, bibigay ko na po sa iyo yung floor. Excited ka na po. Kitang-kita ko yung excitement mo mag-discuss. Thank you po, ma'am.
Okay. So, thank you, team. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It is indeed a privilege to present to you or to give you this seminar titled Enhancing the Rice Seed Industry Through Digitalization. This is from our project titled Scaling Up the Capacities and Deployment of the Rice Seed Information System Towards Operationalization and Sustainability, which was funded by the DA National Rice Program through the Bureau of Agricultural Research. So, prior to this project, we have two other projects that were funded by the NRP through DA BAR, and that was the improvement of the RSIS and the documentation and assessment of the former activities or projects besetting the rice seed industry. So we were able to document those and improve the RSIS. So now we are scaling up, and that is for nationwide. Okay, next. I am going to have this discussion with you, and we will start on what is all about RSIS. Then we'll go into the whys. We'll feature all the features and users of the RSIS. And maybe you might be interested on how these modules of the RSIS and apps will be integrated and work together Then we will go into methodologies and deployment strategies. We will be giving you the beneficiaries of this project or this digitalization of the rice seed industry. We will have the effects and the expected impact to the rice seed system or the rice seed industry itself. Then we will also putting forward some of the challenges that we have in the rice seed industry and what we have done so far. And we will give you some of the testimonials of our partners or users. And we will be giving you some glimpse to our RSIS portal and some information and education campaign materials. So next. So what is RSIS? As I've told you, digitalization has always been there, and the awareness of all people has been increasing over time. So this RSIS is a digital platform that collects, processes, generates, and manages and shares RISE information through the use of information and communications technology. As it is digital siya, so it uses our smartphones, our computers, our servers, the internet, and even our global positioning system data. So we integrate all these things to work together for this RSIS. And of course, we cannot do this alone, but to collaborate and to involve our industry players. That includes some of our agencies like the BPI, National Seed Quality Control Services, the Crop Research and Production Support Division, our field rice branch station nationwide, as well as our satellite stations, our seed growers, who are particularly our main target for this RSIS. So these are deemed crucial for the success of this RSIS. Next. So why this RSIS? How it evolved? What was it before? Yeah. If I could remember, when I assumed my office in 2016 at the Business Development Division of PhilRice Central Experiment Station, I was overwhelmed with inquiries on what are the available seeds, inventories of its station, where are the crops planted, when are the expected harvesting time, and so forth and so on. So many questions along the way from the National Rice Program and even at our top management, even our seed growers and farmers who are relying on us on this information. So we had to gather this information, this data from the ground, but of course we relied on paper and pencil form. So the data gathering was so crude and manual. And mantakin mo yon, when we have to get the data all in all, magiging obsolete na siya because they are not coming on the same time. Ibig sabihin, nare-receive namin yung iba after a week, after a month, at yung consolidation at yung talagang pag-analyze ng data is way behind. So that was our cycle during the time. And so we were able to take note of some of the projects already done at PhilRice in the early 2010. No? So we have to define what are all these projects that had been there. So we were able to have documentation and assessment to answer the limited and accessible official data and the untimeliness of it. So why it mattered to change? Bakit? Kailangan pa ba natin mag-change when we used to have all those things in the past? Ayun po siya. But of course, having all the technologies, the digital tools that we have, the information and communications technology we have to take advantage of those for easy gathering of data, for easy consolidation, processing, and reporting. And of course, we can say that we have all this database that can be stored, that can be easily retrieved over time. Di po ba? Pagka paper and pencil, minsan yung ating mga hard copies are already worn out at hindi mo na rin mabasa over time. Di po ba? And it would be difficult for us to magkalkalka sa ating database or sa ating mga records areas. And of course, that is the advantage now of having database, of having this RSIS. Because having this, we can have all the time to retrieve those records. We can have trend analysis that can be referenced for decision making. Kaya at our fingertips, pwede po natin ma-retrieve yung ating mga data. Okay, so now let's go to the features of the RSIS. Ano nga ba itong mga RSIS na sinasabi natin? Opo. Next slide, please. The features of the RSIS, we have the online seed ordering and online collection of payment. We have to streamline the ordering and payment process of our seeds, for which our seed growers and even our SUCs or state universities and colleges, even our research experiment stations of the DA would be able to have the seed ordering system. So we also have the customer service portal and digital content delivery, and we are enhancing the customer convenience in this feature because it facilitates the automation on seed reservation and links with the inventory management and reporting. The next is the system-generated operating and visualization or data-driven support. So this feature would provide us the quick access to dashboards on the volume of seed purchases applied for seed certification, and of course the produced seeds and the certified seeds and the distributed ones. We also have the process, documentation, and automatic data push from one module or another to complete the loop of this digital content delivery and analytics. So we have that to support also our system-generated reporting system. And then we have the interoperability with other programs as the base system. Here at PhilRise, we have already enabled our computer mobile systems to seamlessly exchange and interpret data from seed growers or producers and other players across various applications, such as we have already integrated to our programs at PhilRise, the rice seed systems and the Scaling Modern Agricultural Rice Technologies program, or we call it a SMART program. So there is interoperability with other programs, such as our financial management information system. And of course, we will soon have other base system to be included in here. And we have the cloud-based database and quick data retrieval for traceability. Dito naman, it will allow storability and manageability of large amounts of data and provides accessibility from anywhere. Kaya kahit saan ka, we can always make it a point that if we can have the internet, we can keep our records, we can keep our database, and we can have our traceability of our seeds from sources, and we have also the historical data for easy retrieval. Okay, so maybe we can show you now the RSIS modules and who are the users for each of our modules and applications. Next slide, please. Okay, we have the web-based applications and we have the mobile-based application. You would note here that those in black fonts are developed by the Bureau of Plant Industry, particularly the National Seed Quality Control Services. And the first in here is the Seed Planner and Research, which is being developed or under development with the Crop Research and Production Support Division, which includes the targets from the regional field offices on the production or the procurement and distribution of reserves, the buffer stocks, in cases of calamities, in cases that there are some unexpected events that happen to our rice fields, then we have our reserves and we can have the seed planner to make us ready for all these calamities. And the black ones, say for example, the laboratory management system is streamlines the laboratory operations by integrating sample tracking. So who are the users in this? The users are those of the laboratory of our National Seed Quality Control Services who are doing the laboratory system analysis, no, of our seed samples, whether or not they have passed the standards promulgated by law. And then we have the seed certification portal that provides real-time access to an individual SG's profile and records of seed sampling status, and of course, then the status of analysis. And it directly provide that to all seed growers and seed producers. Ayan. Seed certification now would be seen for transparency and efficiency. And we have this green font web-based applications which are developed by FieldRise. And Seed Production Planner, this is a tool for plotting our production areas, inputting planting plans, our planning for field activities, and base data for generating production reports hanggang doon po sa pagkatapos ng ating pong anihan. So who are the users? The users are the FieldRise Bronze Station Seed Production in charge, and our coordinators, our DA regional research experiment centers who have some production areas, and we have our state universities and colleges who have their rice seed production areas. So they are the users of this web-based application. Then we have the warehouse online system. Ito naman po ay yung customizable na warehouse app natin for planning ng ating pallet layout. Warehousing at saka magre-receive siya ng results ng ating laboratory analysis from the LMS. And it will track the seed releases and inventories. At automatic po ito. Daily email reports to our directors, to our deputy directors, to our seed coordinators, and all those who have in the branch stations. Ano po? So we can be provided with some data what are the available seeds among our stations. The seed ordering system. This is a touch screen kiosk and online application that displays available seeds of varieties and related information. We have the records of our transactions and sales, and we can also integrate that with our online payment collection system. Soon, we will integrate that with MyEG Philippines that will provide us digital collection of payment from our buyers. Then, we have our mobile-based application in here. The Seed Production mobile app, which is being used by our, sabi ko kanina, by our seed production in charge from DA FieldRise, Bronze Stations, Manito, or our DA Research Experiment Centers, our state universities and colleges. They can use this. Then we have the Seed Growers mobile app. This is particularly for the seed growers in the Philippines. No? Nationwide po ito. And we have enabled an offline geotagging and data collection. But of course, we need the internet afterwards to send our application for seed certification. So this will provide us the link to our Seed Inspectors mobile app. Ayan po siya. The Seed Inspectors mobile app ay para naman po sa ating pong mga seed inspectors, be it designated from the BPI and SQCS at yung deputized po natin na seed inspectors coming from the local government units to receive the applications for seed certification, document the field inspections, the preliminary one and the final one, the sampling data, and then endorses the accreditation of our seed growers for accreditation. And then we have the post-production mobile app, which is again used by our seed producers, namely the seed production in charge from DA PhilRice, and our state universities and colleges, and even our DA research experiment centers or stations. So these are the modules and applications of our RSIS integrated all together. Next, please. So just to have you a glimpse of our modules and applications that we have developed here at PhilRice, ito po siya. Yan siya. So we have 6 of them. Yan. And na-discuss naman na po natin kanina. Ano po? And then we have the DA, BPI, and SQCS developed ones. Saan na po siya? Next slide, please. So we have the seed producers or growers profile and certification portal. Dito po, we can have the seed production profile of our seed producers. At nandun po yung map po nila. We can have the real-time monitoring of the status of their application. They can view digitally the results of their NAB analysis. And then, of course, nandito naman po yung ating seed inspectors mobile app. Ayan po, nandyan pa rin po, mag-evaluate. Ganun din po yung sinabi ko po kanina. And it verifies the application for seed certification through field inspection. So, i-affirm po niya yung geotag production area from the grow up of the seed growers. I-affirm po niya kung iyon po yung talagang area na yun. And approves request for seed sampling. And we have also the BPI NSQCS data bank. Andyan na po nakalagay yung ating pong sinasabi kanina na laboratory management system. Along with that, meron po silang human resource information system. They have the inventory management system. Along that line, nandito na po lahat sa kanila. That contains everything in it. Ano po? Andyan din po yung laboratory management system. Okay? And magmamanage din po siya sa ating pong accreditation records, the field monitoring and seed certification records. Yeah. Next, please. And how do the RSIS apps or modules work and integrate with each other? Ayan po siya. Paano nga ba mag-work ito? Kung ito lang ba ay individually na ginawa ng PhilRice at ng BPI, ano po ngayon ang kanyang integration with each other? Okay? Let us see. Ayan. So, mag-i-start po tayo dito. We need to have your enrollment of our portal at rsis.philrice.gov.ph, then /portal and downloads. Pwede po kayong mag-register po doon sa ating portal. Or sa ating mga seed growers, particularly, you can have this access, yung tinyurl.com/growup3. Ayan po siya. For the state universities, for our research experiment centers, and all other seed producers of that, you can enroll at this portal of RSIS. And then, magpupunta po siya doon sa production planning. So, dito, we will get plans from our National Rice Program as well as our RCEF for the varieties and volume of seed requirements. So, gamit po natin yung seed production planner. Ayan po, gamit po natin siya. Then, the seed producers will plant and will apply for seed certification. Using the seed production app for the seed producers, grow up naman po doon po sa ating mga seed growers. Dito i-geotag yung area planted with such variety. At lahat po ng questions na tinanong doon sa grow up at saka sa seed production app should be fully filled out. Ano po? And then, maisisend na po. Yun po, pagka na-send na po, makikita na po ng ating seed inspector. But then, andyan po na, yun po yung linkage po niya. The application for seed certification would come from this grow up and seed production app. Kaya pwede po natin ma-print po ito. So whatever was inputted in there as data, yun po yung ika-capture po dito sa ating po application for seed certification. It used to be a manual one, manually filled out. But this one, it can be printed out automatically. Ayan. Next po. Because that will be synchronized. And once that the application for seed certification is printed and signed, yan, masasubmit na po ng ating seed inspector to our nearest National Seed Quality Control Services office, sa regional or satellite man po ito, for validation. And using that validation, ay gagamit na po siya ngayon ng kanyang seed inspector's mobile application that will be used for the preliminary field inspection. Pupuntahan na po ito ng ating seed inspector at ikakandak na po ito. Then, before yung ating pong rice crop will be harvested, magkakaroon pa ulit siya ng final field inspection. Yun po yung gamit ng ating pong seed inspector's mobile application. And that will be the end of the field activity. Next. And then the post-production and the SI app, how they integrate with each other. Dito po sa mga post-production natin, ang ating pong mga seed producers from Field Rice Branch Station, ang ating pong mga state universities and colleges, or our SeedNet at that, and then our regional research experiment centers. Pag nag-harvest po sila, mai-weigh po ito, magdadry po sila, gamit naman po itong post-production app. Ayan. Mailalagay na po lahat dito yung ating moisture content level, our fresh weight to dry weight, and the number of bags. Then, we will be putting into pallets, after bagging them, yung ating clean seeds, at gamit naman po natin ito yung warehouse online system. Saan ba ilulugar ito? Sa ating pong mga warehouses. Yan. At mag-harmonize na naman po ito yung data natin sa ating RSIS web server. So, hindi po tayo mawawalan nito kasi nandoon na po siya na na-link po sa ating data servers. Okay, next. So, after sampling naman po, magre-request na po yung ating po mga seed producers and growers. They can request that through this SI app and laboratory management system. So magsasubmit na rin po yung ating pong seed inspector sa ating pong nearest na BPI NSQCS for laboratory analysis. Maglalab analysis na po yung ating pong NSQCS for those seed samples that have been submitted to them. Again, there will be some harmonization in our servers. Next. Sa lab testing, after the personnel had conducted the laboratory analysis, ayan, magpa-finalize na sila, i-check na po talaga dito, ma-manage na po ng ating BPI NSQCS data bank. Ayun, nandun na yung seed certification monitoring po nila, so it will be lodged in those. And magpo-post na po yung ating results of laboratory analysis. Makikita na po ito sa ating seed producers or growers profile and certification profile, portal. Or dito sa amin, diretso na po siya sa warehouse online system, sa FieldRice. Ano po? And then, yun naman ay gagamit na po, makikita na po ng ating pong marketing. Ayan. Sa marketing po, gagamit na po tayo sa seed ordering system via kiosk or online. At dito, we can sell to our RCEF contracted cooperatives, to the buffer of our DA RFOs, selling to individual SGs, at yun po, we can have this from the field to the seed ordering system. Ayan po siya. Ganun po yung interchange po ng ating data. Yun po yung interoperability, and yun po yung kanyang linkage, yung integration with each other. Ayan. So we will now go to the beneficiaries of the RSIS. Next. Next slide, please. Yeah. We now have, the methodologies, first, the methodologies, I think. The methodologies or the beneficiaries. Okay, the beneficiaries of the RSIS are the men and women of our field rice, particularly our breeders and producers. When we say breeders, we have the field rice plant biotechnology and breeding division and the business development division across nationwide. And then we have also the BPI and SQCS personnel, sabi ko kanina yung mga designated seed inspectors, as well as the laboratory personnel, and yung mga deputized seed inspectors from the local government units. Also, we have the National Rice Program, the RCEF, Seed Component Program, the regional field offices, and our SeedNet that compose our state universities and colleges, our DA regional centers that are producing our seeds, and then we have our private companies or individuals. And of course, naka-highlight po dito yung ating seed growers and their cooperatives, and of course, our farmers. We also have our policymakers. They can be beneficiaries of this RSIS information. And we have also our provincial, our municipal, or our city local government units, agricultural information intermediaries, and extension workers who can be benefited of this project. Now let's go to the methodologies that we had. Yes, we had to make some of these methodologies. In coming up with the RSIS modules and applications, we conducted the consultation meetings every now and then, and our workshops to know some of their inputs, some of their suggestions with us. And of course, we have collaborated with agencies, with all these relevant players like our ATI, like our seed growers, cooperatives. They are the main players in this. So we coordinated, collaborated with them in terms of this on-site coaching and hands-on training. And of course, andyan po na kumukuha kami lagi ng kanilang mga feedback to us. And our deployment strategies was to ask agencies to connect with us. Yan. And we asked the DA BAR to provide us some avenues, like when we had our official launching in Cebu last June. And then we have also the blended mode of training. We have also requested some of our rice programs here at PhilRice to connect with our stakeholders and players to provide us the deployment of this RSIS, to support us in all these aspects. Okay? Next. Meron kaming mga challenges, bakit hindi, di po ba? And we have the actions that we had also based on these challenges. One of these challenges are the connectivity, the difficulty. Ayan, sa connectivity, medyo talagang there are areas that have weak signal or unstable or slow ang internet. Or there are some areas that has nothing at all. Even one bar, wala po. Diba? So those are the challenges among our users, especially our farmers, seed growers, or our seed inspectors who are in the field. And difficulty in using gadgets, ayan, makikita natin mamaya, no? Or makikita natin doon sa mga survey namin sa kanila. We have already an average of 50 years old sa ating mga seed growers users. So, of those age, medyo may difficulty na sila in using our gadgets. We have limited technical skills at that. And then, yung login credentials nila, madalas nilang na lilimutan. Of course, meron din yung issue na kahit naka-login na po sila, they could no longer get through with the other aspects doon sa kanilang grow up. So, maaari they have some problems like their gadgets are of a lower version or have low storage, they cannot send it automatically or na-lost nila. So, those are the things they have. And of course, we have the overlapping schedules and priorities. Hindi man sa aming grupo or sa aming side as RSIS team, but of course, the priorities even of our seed growers and cooperatives. Yeah. So what we did was to develop an offline feature of our Grow Up, our production app for geotagging the production area. At pagka nakuha na nila lahat, yung mga pwede nila i-fill out doon sa ating pong Grow Up and production app, sa kanilang po sila magsisend when they have the access to our internet. Then we have encouraged the seed growers as well as the seed producers to bring their co-op staff or relatives to have them instead of them in this training. So, kasi mas techy yung mga bata. They are tech savvy, no? So, ayan. We encourage them also to buy the gadgets of a higher version and storage. Baka yun po yung hindi nila makuha din. So, we encourage them to engage in those aspects and to engage with us in help desk group chats sa ating pong Facebook Messenger. So they were created to provide our quicker response per region po ito, and so they can help, they can ask and we can help them resolve their problems. Yeah. Okay, we have also our next, please. We have our effects, our expected impact to the rice seed industry or to the rice seed system. Ito po, we have, as I've said a while ago, we have streamlined the processes. So we are agile now in fostering our collaboration between and among agencies and our industries. So ito po, makikita po natin, hindi na lang po si PhilRice, hindi na lang po si BPI and SQCS ang gumagawa. Hindi na lang din po si RCEF o hindi na lang din po si Co-op. We are putting together all these people, all these industry players to come together to foster an streamlined process of collaboration. Ayan po siya. And of course, the second effect and expected impact would be faster turnaround supporting SG accreditation. On production data, we can have that. Makukuha na, hindi na yung kagaya dati. Sabi ko kanina, that manually gathered from among our branch stations and even our state universities and colleges. We can have our application for seed certification. You can have Sir Ruel or BPI and SQCS present to us any time of the day how many applications have they received. At yung request for seed sampling can be also provided anytime. As well as the issuance of laboratories results, pwede na pong makita mismo ng ating seed grower or producer ano po yung nangyari sa kanyang binigay na sample sa ating pong NSQCS. And distribution, at our end, we can provide you, nakalink po ito sa ating po sa warehouse online system, at yung inventory management system po natin, yung distribution and issuance of our seed, higher seed classes. And of course, yung number 3 po natin, expected impact, enhances transparency and traceability. And sabi nga po natin, pagka-traceability, makikita natin yan, kahit pa ilang taon po ito makakalipas, we can always trace it because we can easily retrieve that. We can have that database to provide us this traceability and transparency. We can have the trans analysis, as I have said, and for informed decisions. Ayan. Okay? Next, please. Ito po yung mga testimonials po ng ating pong mga kasama o mga partners. Say, si Sir Christian Ramos, our regional seed coordinator of Region 3, sabi niya napakaganda daw itong platform na ito. At itong si Sir Junril Noha, yung ating pong BDD coordinator ng PhilRice Agusan, ayan, completely transformed the way we manage the rice seed data, ang sabi po niya. And of course, si Ma'am Roneline De Bolsado, yung ating pong seed inspector, ay nagsabi rin po siya ng kanyang testimonial na talagang with SI App, ay sure ako na mababawasan yung time. Ayan, na mauubos daw niya. Ayan. And of course, we have Ma'am Marilyn Salceda, one of the seed growers and officer of their co-op sa Region 5 po ito. Kaya sabi niya, kung ang RSIS daw ang gagamitin natin, sure tayo na laging updated ang information. Ayan po siya. So these are the testimonials that we have gathered from among our training courses or our hands-on training conducted in the regions. Next po, I'm showing you po yung portal. This is the glimpse of our portal. Pwede po kayong mag-register dyan to provide you the access doon po sa ating po mga ibang information. Ayan. And we have also the RSIS Analytics. At po pwede po ninyo makita yung areas applied for seed certification. Sabi ko nga, ng ating mga seed growers at near real time. Kinuha ko po ito ng November 14, last Friday, when I was making my presentation. Ayan po siya. So you can have this in our portal. Next. And some of our digital user manuals, you can have that in our portal. Ayan po, user manual for higher seed class production. And then the user manual for our seed growers. We have our briefer and flyers. And then we have also our, next, please. Next. We have also user manual for our data bank, web application, our web portal for certification, and seed inspectors mobile application from the DA BPI and SQCS po ito. Ayan. Okay, next. Ayan po, malugod po kami nagpapasalamat sa RSIS team at PhilRice and at BPI. We thank you for this opportunity to bring you the rice seed information system that enhances or that will enhance our rice seed industry in the Philippines. Magandang umaga po. Maraming salamat sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Ma'am Fe. Ma'am, may nakalimutan po ata tayong video nyo.
Yeah! Yes, Alvin, please.
I-present po natin, saglit.
Yes, thank you for reminding.
The Rice Seed Information System is an ICT-based platform that collects, consolidates, and disaggregates near real-time data on rice seed production, inspection and certification, and distribution across municipal, provincial, and national levels. Since its inception in October 2018, the RSIS addresses the common challenges in the rice seed system, such as delayed data consolidation, analysis, and transmission, as well as seed traceability for sound decision-making of policymakers and key agencies. The system features different mobile and web applications such as the Seed Production Module and App, Grow App, and the Seed Inspector App, among others. To help facilitate in the automation and mobile-based processes, the project has produced user manuals and process videos for seed growers and inspectors and business development unit personnel. For more information, visit www.philrice.gov.ph.
And thank you so much, Ma'am, Pep, for this interesting and comprehensive presentation on the RISEED system modernization. So yun, Ma'am, before we proceed to our Q&A, again, we encourage everyone to ask questions to Ma'am Pe kasi hindi po siya laging andito. And also, we'll just be checking the registrants. So ano po yung demographics nila? Saglit lang po.
Yes.
So eto po. So, um, 53% of our registrants are females, tapos 47% are male, tapos 43.9% of them are in the 20 to 25-year-old range, followed by 23.5% na 26 to 30-year-olds, tapos mga 31 to 35 years old at 14.4%. So karamihan mga bata dito. So basically from 20 years old until 35 years old, they comprise around more than 75% of our attendees. And location, pinakamarami po kababayan nyo in Central Luzon. Tapos lahat naman po may attendees. Occupation, that's 28.1% agriculturist, followed by 24.9% students. Then we also have teachers and professors and researchers. Sa agency po, pinakamadami are from state universities and colleges, followed by the DA family and yung mga non-affiliated. Then meron po tayong mga kapatid na indigenous peoples, also those with persons with disability, and also members of farmer, fisherfolk, and farmer cooperatives and associations. So, ayan po. Meron din po tayong members of the Rural Improvement Club, so such as the Muro-Ami Tagalog Club. So, yun. Now, we will be proceeding to our Q&A. Let me just look through our comment section, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ayan. So, this is from Miss Andrea Portoliano. Will these apps be used or be accessible to cluster farmers associations?
Yes po. Napakaganda po itong question ni Ma'am Andrea Portolano. Ano po? Will this app can be used or accessed by Cluster Farmers Association? Yes po, ma'am. Sa Grow Up po, you can use that. But we also have developed a co-op module or an association module na pwede po ninyong magamit. No po? So you can have the seed production planning to post-production to receiving all the results of your seed samples. Ano po? So po pwede po siya. Meron po kaming module for association and co-ops, both PhilRice and BPI. So pwede po natin ito magamit aside from the Grow Up. Yes po.
So magkaiba po ma'am magkaiba po ba yung sistema if they're members of organizations, and co-ops?
No, hindi naman po siya magkaiba. We are only advocating na pwede nilang ma-adapt. Pwede nilang ma-adapt, magamit doon sa association po nila. There must be somebody else who can be charged as, they can be, that will be tasked to be in charge of making this co-op module work for them. Ayan po siya. Po pwedeng doon sa association po nila, ay makuha nila yung complete package of that para sa gayon ay magamit po nila. Ayun po siya.
Thank you, ma'am. And this is from Sir Jericho Ara. Saan po makabili ng user manual para sa seed grower?
Sir, hindi nyo na po bibilhin ito. Since it is a digital platform, it is already in the portal of RSIS. Pwede po kayo doon na kumuha na ng ating pong manual.
Yung RSIS po, ma'am, it's not, does it need a paid subscription or hindi naman po?
Hindi naman po siya. Basta mag-register lang po siya. And then meron siyang maibibigay na access doon po sa ating pong portal.
Okay. So yun, i-maximize po natin yung free online resources na available lang natin. So download po natin yung RSIS.
Yes,
so ito po from Miss Amor Amaran. So is RSIS app available in Play Store? Ayun. bar portal, kasasabi pa lang po ni ma'am. So, you can go to PhilRice website po. It's on, nasa Play Store na po siya ma'am, di ba?
Yes po. Yung Grow Up po, nandoon po sa ating pong Play Store.
Okay. Thank you ma'am. So, let's look into our the questions from our bar colleagues. Saglit lang po. Ayun. Ano daw po yung status ng RSIS ngayon?
Yeah, it must be a very good question. Ayan po. Yung status po niya, we are now scaling up nationwide. And actually, we have done trainings in 16 regions of the country, but not all yet of the seed growers. We have already conducted in 16 regions, pero meron pa lang kaming about 2,000 seed growers who have been trained. At di pa namin nababalikan yung old namin na napuntahan. So, dapat ito, may 4,000 tayong mahigit na seed growers. Aside from mahigit na 100 na ating pong cooperatives, ng seed growers cooperatives, where our seed growers are affiliated or members. So yun po yung dapat nating tignan. Then of course, we have already finished training our seed producers, our fellow production in charge of our state universities and colleges, our regional research experiment centers of DA, PhilRice stations at that, or what we call the SeedNet. Ayan po. Tapos na rin po kami doon. But we are currently putting forward to our efforts in training or going to our seed growers cooperatives. Yan po.
So, more on capacity building po kayo so far.
Yes.
And in terms,
Yes. Of course, there would be some upgrading kasi siyempre pag digital po ito, at alam naman po natin, napakabilis ng ating pong technologies that change over time. It would be rapid. So we mean that we need to upgrade continuously, to continually improve everything.
that is true ma'am. So, dapat talaga regularly na check natin kung ano yung vulnerabilities or what we can improve on the system. Curious lang po ako, ma'am. Yun pong mga seed growers na, di ba parang halos half pa lang ng seed growers yung mga na-train nyo in the country, right?
Yes.
Ito po ba, ma'am, ito po bang mga, what's remaining of the other seed growers? Do you have access to these po? Or like may mga, or kalat-kalat po ba sila? Do they have organizations for easier information dissemination and stuff?
Kalat-kalat po siya kasi nationwide ito. So you can just imagine that we have seed growers all the way from Cagayan Valley to Ilocos region down to the Mindanao areas. So regions 1 to 13. And then yung mga iba nating na mga regions, may mga co-ops po dyan at mayroong mga seed growers na hindi members ng co-ops. Yan po siya. So we need to reach them para po ito mai-scale na po lahat ito.
So yung yung seed growers that are not part of organizations or associations, have you ano po yung steps nyo para to reach them so far?
Yeah, because we have partnership with BPI and SQCS, the BPI can promulgate yung mandatory na paggamit po ng ating pong mga modules and applications, and ito po yung kanilang binabahagi sa kanila. Kaya nakakatanggap po kami ng aming pong invitation whenever they have the training for first-timer applicants for accreditation ng mga seed growers. As well as doon po sa ating pong mga magre-renew na hindi members ng ating co-op. So we have some of those as our coordination and collaborating activity.
Okay,
As well as our regional seed coordinators po. Ayan.
That's very good to hear that with your partnership with BPI, so yung mga ating seed growers na not really part of organization, sa madali nating matap sana, they get to have updates or information na galing sa PhilRice.
Yes po. Pinagtutulungan po namin ito with BPI, National Seed Quality Control Services, because as I've said, sabi ko nga kanina, we cannot do it alone at PhilRice. That's why we involve the regulatory body because they have the hand over them. Wala kami kasi siyempre sa amin distribution lang ng higher seed classes. But the BPI has all that because of being a regulatory body. Ayan po siya.
Maganda nga po talaga na nailalagay natin siya as part of the regulation. So yun po. So if we have sa ating mga seed growers dyan na hindi pa po part ng organization, so join organizations or at the least po contact get updates po from BPI or directly from PhilRice na lang on this. So ito po from Neighbor uli. So among the challenges that you have encountered daw po, ano daw po yung pinaka-pressing concern so far?
Ayan. Medyo yan nga po eh. From among those challenges na sinabi nga natin kanina, medyo yung wala kaming control is more on the connectivity. Ano po? Yun yung pinaka-challenge namin. Kasi yun yung wala kaming control. Yung area ay walang mga internet, medyo malalayo. So those are the things that we are really putting some efforts na sana even the whole of the government would provide some access doon sa mga areas na medyo malalayo. But aside from that, yung challenge namin, ito na yung mga tumatandang mga seed growers who are already putting themselves doon sa digitalization. Ayaw na nilang gumamit. So, yun yung pinaka-crucial doon dahil we need to encourage them. We need to entice them to use the digital tools, the smartphones. Sasabihin nila, ay, kontento na kami dito sa Sindian namin. Kompleto na kami dito. Tawag lang at saka ano. Mga ganun po yung tawag nila. Ayun sabi nila. But of course, yun yung isa sa mga pinaka-challenge doon sa part ng ating mga users. But of course, ang pinaka-challenge din dito sa atin is more on the funding. Now, how to scale up more because that is tantamount to saying na yung success ng ating RSIS would be dependent on how far we could reach our intended users.
So more on connectivity in general, not just internet connectivity, but more on the logistical matter of things. So for ma'am, nakita ko po kanina dun sa slide nyo na parang you made offline apps. Ginawa niyong available yung app offline. So far, paano po siya naka-answer or to what extent niya po na-answer yung concern niyo on connectivity, especially in far-flung places? Paano po so far siya naka-affect sa challenge niyo?
Ayan, maganda kasi nakukuha niya ng seed grower yung area, nag-geotag niya yung area, nakakapag-input siya while wala siyang internet, wala siyang wifi. Pagka nakakompleto na siya, kasi masisave niya sa kanyang phone, yung lahat na na-input niya sa grow up. Then, when the Wi-Fi and internet is already available, saka lang siya po pwede mag-send po, pwede na yun. So, yun din ang ginagawa ngayon ng BPI. They have developed an offline version of the SI app. Kasi si SI din, si seed inspector na pupunta sa field, problema hindi niya din magagawa. So meron din siyang ginagawa ngayon to complement yung ating pong offline na grow up. Ayan po siya. Pero offline in the sense na saka lang siya offline pagkakukuha siya ng data. Pero online na siya pagdating ng ating
Submission.
Submission.
Buti nga po, ma'am, you were able to find a way to allow that mechanism na pag may way pa din siya ma-send yun even if may way pa din siya makakuha ng data even if wala siyang internet connectivity at the moment. Yun po ma'am, curious din lang po ako in terms of yung dun sa kasi medyo yung older generation natin, which are most farmers, they get intimidated with current technology that we have kasi sobrang bilis nga naman po ng pace ng pag-upgrade ng ating technology. So how do you encourage them po to try our RSIS. Siguro po as reference na din para sa ating app developers in agriculture in the future.
Yeah, every time na meron kaming pinupuntahan, we get their feedback. Yan. So meron po kaming survey material. Yan, na pinapa-answer din sa kanila. Aside from doon sa mismo na, nahihirapan po ba kayo? Yun, mga ganun ba? So we get feedback from them. We get their saloobin, their comments and suggestions. And then we come up together. Titignan namin if it is feasible for improvement, for makonsider siya for another module or anything at that. Parang ganun po yung ginagawa po namin. Aside from, we encourage them na to bring their relative or yung anak o yung co-op staff nila who are better off to understand yung ating mga modules. And then, sabi nga namin, baka naman yung ating mga pinapatingin namin yung kanilang mga smartphones, kung smartphones ba meron sa kanila. So, yun. Those are the things that we do.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, this is just on top of my head kasi I took training classes when or during my undergrad, so some training classes. May methodology sa amin before, but then again, this is with older generations. Pero one of our methodologies before in teaching or training is parang gamification to make it less intimidating to the participants. Maybe we could explore that if it's appropriate. Yun lang po.
Yun. Yung parang gamification yun. Yung mimic, maganda nga rin po siguro. Kaya lang siyempre, yung mga matatanda na rin. Maganda siguro sa younger generations.
Younger po, opo.
Kasi siyempre, pero yung profile kasi ng ating mga seed growers ay meron pang 80 years old. Yes. So medyo, yun nga, makikita mo yung kanilang receptivity at saka yung kanilang yung enthusiasm to learn more ay medyo limited because of their, siguro yung nahirap na sa kanilang edad. Yeah.
Okay. Gets ko naman po, ma'am, yung pansin. Or siguro pwede ding alternative natin would be parang magbibigay ng small rewards o if
Yes,
na
we have that.
yun. So, even with that, medyo challenging pa din po, no?
When they answer correctly, at saka maayos sila na kapag tapos ng kanilang ginawa, ayun, meron po silang pa-t-shirt, ganun po siya noon.
Ayun.
Meron sila pa-chocolate, whatever we can provide, ayan po.
Ayun. Thank you, ma'am. So, yun, sana nga mas mapadali yung natin, information dissemination, not just limited to the challenge in internet connectivity as well as not just the logistical, pati yung pag-accept ng ating seed growers, especially with their age na medyo intimidating na for them, yung very advanced level of technology that we currently have. So yun, sana po mahanapan natin ng paraan in the future, or maybe if anyone has ideas, you can share it po here or to anyone. So last question po, last two questions, yung standard. What is your word of wisdom or message to researchers in the agri-fishery sector?
Yeah, maybe I can have some word of wisdom to all users of RSIS or beneficiaries of RSIS. Ang sabi po nila ay in any success of any project, any endeavor at that, always nandoon po yung ating pong commitment dapat. And of course, with the advent of the technology, ang sinasabi nila, technology is only 10%. And 90% relies mostly on the human factor. Kaya po, yung success po natin dito sa RSIS would always depend on the 90% human factor, human action. And 10% lang po yung ating pong technology to provide enhancement to our rice seed industry, our rice seed system, at lahat po ng information na gusto natin makuha, magre-rely po kung how we are able to use the RSIS, the technologies na nakadepende po dito, ay magagamit po natin. We cannot have all if we cannot give all. Ayan po, yung ating po mensahe sa lahat. Magandang umaga po. God bless us.
So there's that certain level of dedication that we really have to put. But then we have to have that vision of the future, of what we see in the future, para may direction tayo. And that's where we can pour our dedication into. So yun sa ating researchers po, ayun, stand by your vision. Dedicate your ano yun, yung passion mo to that vision of a better future for the farmers, fisher folk, and the Philippines overall. And ma'am, do you have a specific message po sa ating farmers or seed growers pa?
Ayan. Siguro sa ating mga seed growers ay sana aktibo po tayo na gagamit po ng ating pong grow up, gagamit po ng ating mga RSIS modules and applications. Tingnan po natin, baka po pwede yung sinasabi kanina na ma-apply ba nila yung mga modules nito sa kanilang organisasyon, sa kanilang association. We are inviting you to please come and see us, determine kung ito pong co-op module na nandito po sa PhilRise, together with that co-op module na nandun sa BPI, they can complement together to serve you better sa inyong organization at sa inyo po, physically, personally or individually at collectively. Kaya po, we are encouraging everyone na give us feedback, give us your insights at kung paano pa natin mapapadali ang ating mga data gathering, yung ating pong pagkuha ng information, para po sa ganon ay we can work together for the good of the Filipinos. Ayan po, mga seed
Collaboration.
farmers, na kayo yung nagbibigay ng ating pong makakain sa ating pong mga Filipino mamamayan, ay kailangan po natin, we should advance. Because if we cannot advance in these times, maiiwan po tayo. Globally, we should compete with them. Kasi doon po sa amin pong na-attendahan na training sa buong that was organized by the Agricultural Productivity Organization of Japan, ay bihira pa po yung complete loop nitong ating pong seed information system. So take advantage of the ICT, take advantage of this RSIS, take advantage of all the things that we are providing from the government. At yun po yung makapagbibigay sa atin ng kaukulan na transparency, kaukulan naman na information for us to decide in our farms and in our future endeavors. Ayan po.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Pe. So yun, please tangkilikin po natin ang ating RSIS app. So we poured millions into this with the brains of so many scientists and researchers, and this would really help us, not just as seed growers, but even ang ating industry as a whole. So thank you, Ma'am Pe, for generously sharing your expertise and passion to the public. And I'll be reading the certificate citation po. The DA Bureau of Agricultural Research awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Ms. Fidela P. Bongat for sharing her invaluable knowledge during the DA Bar Online Seminar Series, Enhancing the Rice Seed Industry Through Digitalization, held on the 20th of November 2025 via StreamYard and DA Bar Facebook page, given this 20th day of November 2025 in Diliman, Quezon City, signed by DA Bar OIC Director, Sir Joel H. Lales. And this concludes our online seminar. So, ma'am, we'll just find a way to send you this certificate. So, salamat po, ma'am. Maraming salamat po, ma'am Pe. And we're looking forward to the adoption of the RSIS all over the country. So, yun po. Before we end yung reminders po natin, please answer the attendance sheet. It's already posted before Ma'am Fest lecture ended earlier. So we only have up until 11:45 for this. And also, if you have further questions on the seminar, please contact DA PhilRise. So just search DA PhilRise on Facebook, or it's facebook.com/DA PhilRise. Or message nyo lang po ang DA Bar so that we can forward your queries to PhilRise. So follow our social media pages. It's facebook.com/DABarOfficial or DA Bureau of Agricultural Research, or on IG, it's at DABarOfficial, and again on YouTube para ma-check niyo yung seminar episode. So kung hindi niyo na-attendan to, kung hindi niyo napanood to, you can still just follow our YouTube account. So mahanap niyo po to doon. So also, yun. Thank you po again, Miss Fidela P. Bongat, and salamat po sa ating viewers sa pag-participate in our knowledge exchange. Ma'am Feme, gusto ka po pang pasalamatan, sabihin, or i-plug sa atin?
Yeah. I would like to thank the RSIS team at PhilRise. Ayan po, si Sir Art Arocena Jr., our lead programmer, Francis Marvin Reyes Rodriguez, Sir Jovino De Jos, Ma'am Maureen Capistrano, and then, of course, William James Viernes, as well as our counterpart at the BPI and SQCS and CRPSB. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. And thank you also to our Sir Patrick, of course, DA Bar. Ayan. And all of you at DA Bar, thank you so much. To the NRP, sila Sir Ralph, ayan, and everyone. Ayan. Thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nag-participate at nakinig dito po sa ating pong seminar series na ito. Maraming salamat po. God bless us all.
Thank you, Ma'am Pe. Palakpakan at pusuan po natin sa Ma'am Pe. At dito na po nagtatapos ang ating free online seminar for today. We also have another seminar next week. So ako po si Tin, at isang mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat. Kita-kita po tayo sa sunod na seminar at sa mga susunod pa.
The rising global population threatens food security, as the increased demand for food puts pressure on our agricultural resources and production systems. This increased demand intensifies problems like land degradation, water scarcity, climate change, and competition for arable land, making it harder to provide nutritious food for everyone, especially in areas already experiencing food insecurity. Focusing on innovative technologies and sustainable agricultural practices, these challenges can become valuable opportunities that can drive economic growth and technological advancement. Research for Development, or R4D, plays a pivotal role in addressing the challenge of food security. In the Philippines, an organization is emphasizing the transformative power of technology to drive the sector towards its optimal potential through Research for Development, or R4D. The Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Agricultural Research, or DA-BAR. Supported by various executive orders and Republic Act 8435, also known as Agri-Fisheries Modernization Act, or AFMA, DA-BAR is mandated to ensure that all agricultural research is coordinated and undertaken for maximum utility to agriculture. DA-BAR coordinates, integrates, funds and manages the R4D system in the country to optimize its use for the sector. It is envisioned to be the lead R4D coordinating agency, promoting a technology-empowered agriculture and fisheries sector that contributes to inclusive growth. To ensure that research leads to desired results and long-term impacts, DA-BAR follows the R4D Impact Pathway Framework. It assists DA-BAR in planning, monitoring, and evaluating the effectiveness of R4D projects under rice, corn and cassava, livestock and poultry, fisheries and aquaculture, organic agriculture, climate change, biotechnology, support to technology commercialization, agri-fisheries technology business incubation, and scale-up, thereby connecting research outputs to outcomes and societal impact, aligning efforts with industry goals, and generating meaningful, measurable change. It is DA-BAR's responsibility to ensure that suitable technologies and interventions are promptly accessible for the sector's utilization. However, DA-BAR cannot accomplish this alone. It needs capable partners in cascading these R4D outputs and outcomes that will advance technology-driven agriculture and fishery sector. Collaboration is the backbone of research, and seamless integration of interdisciplinary expertise and resources is crucial for achieving common goals. By partnering with DA-BAR, we attain greater productivity in a cost-effective manner. Like the age-old adage, the sum is greater than its parts. Here at DA-BAR, we firmly believe that the power of collaboration has the potential to unleash a magnitude of possibilities beyond measure. We offer funding opportunities that can substantially improve the effectiveness and breadth of research endeavors. We facilitate networks and linkages to enhance opportunities to leverage expertise and resources. And more significantly, we serve as a hub for invaluable knowledge exchange, harnessing emerging and innovative technologies to tackle pressing sectoral challenges and global issues.